Good morning and welcome to DDM Morning Show, your platform for analysis of trending stories in Nigeria and beyond. My name is Tosh Raphael, your host. Now, today is Thursday, and here are the stories for you. Nigeria's unmanned booth at the Tokyo International Conference on Africa's Development sparks outrage and embarrassment. Now, we shall talk about the 2027 ADC youths dare Tinubu. Even with Onanga and INEC, you will fall hard, they said. And finally, we shall speak of Wike in Spotlight, $2 million Florida mansion hidden in families' names. So these are interesting stories, and we shall dissect each of them. Now let us take it away immediately. Fresh revelations from U.S. public records have exposed Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike as the secret purchaser of a $2 million mansion in Florida, United States, registered under the names of his wife, Justice Wike, and their three children, Joaquin, Jasmine, and Jordan. The property, located at 113 Spring Creek Lane, Winter Springs, Florida, was acquired quietly in March 2025. The mansion is a sizable two-story structure built in 1997 on a 4,076 square foot lot, complete with a garage and two parking spaces. Sources familiar with the transaction reveal that Wike deliberately omitted his name from the deed, possibly to circumvent scrutiny related to asset disclosure and the origin of the funds used to purchase such a luxury property. Justice Wike, a serving judge in Nigeria, is also found to be a registered member of the U.S. Democratic Party, a status that violates Nigeria's Judicial Code of Conduct, which prohibits judges from engaging in partisan political activities likely to raise public controversy. Legal experts argue this affiliation compromises her judicial neutrality and adherence to ethical standards. Critics have questioned how Minister Wike, whose official annual salary and allowances approximate 7.8 million naira, roughly $5,000, could afford a multi-million-dollar property. This financial discrepancy has intensified calls for investigations concerning potential breaches of Nigeria's money laundering, like Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022, amidst suspicions of illicit enrichment and cross-border money laundering. The exposure of this property follows Buhari's appointment as FCT minister in 2023 and comes amid other controversies involving alleged land deals linked to Wike, including a $3.6 billion land scandal implicating his son's involvement in Abuja property allocations to family members and close associates. Very sad indeed. Mr. Due Process, let's have your comments.
Yes, is a sorry state, and it's just one out of the multiple cases that are leaking the profits, the federation accounts to private individuals. Wike, before he became the governor of Rivers State, and before he became chairman of his local government and all that, where was he economically? People now enter governance for purpose of stealing and stealing and stealing. Wike has stolen enough from the purse of the Nigerian government recklessly, and there's nobody to question him why. Ordinarily, do we have EFCC? The answer is no, and obviously no, because if we have an EFCC, for instance, EFCC should know that each serving public officials ought to have declared their assets, and having a sitting judge of appeal in person of Mrs. Wike, bearing property abroad and being a Democratic member party in the U.S., the Democrat in the U.S. is shameful. It's shameful. It's a crass disloyalty of the Nigerian ruling elites who feel they can do anything and get away with it. It shows that these guys are just foreign allies ruling the country. They all have foreign affinity to them themselves. And Mrs. Wike, of course, her allegiance will not be to the Nigerian state in whatever she's doing, because she is a member of a Democrat in the US. And her allegiance, of course, goes to them first before to Nigeria. So Tinubu has succeeded in surrounding himself with a gang of criminals. And it's a sorry situation. There are no two ways about it. You cannot force Tinubu to appoint a credible person as Minister of FCT, for instance. He chooses those that help him to rig the election. Of course, we already have plans ahead of 2027, how he will still go about to rig the election. So the option on the table remains that the masses must be able to pull themselves together, organize, to stop the criminality. Mr. PW was analyzing how entrepreneurs should get funding to be able to start up business and recruit other jobless Nigerians to the tune of 30 million Nigerians getting employed through entrepreneurial investment. You know, all this, some people will say, how can you raise such money here and there? No. There are more money in the system that are being stolen. So if this money are not being stolen, this money will be channeled into this investment aspect that will provide job opportunity for the Nigerian youths. And the same Nigerian youths that will get benefits of good governance are sitting idle, sitting on the fence. For instance, we don't even need 100 million to win 2027, right? If 30 million Nigerians can register PVC as is going on now and be able to ensure that they get their PVC, go to polling booths, accompany these results to wherever they are taking it to, ensure that it's uploaded directly from the polling units. Of course, there should be Nigerians who have organized themselves by now to be able to have independent IRF center that will collect these results and ensure that it's available to the public in real time, even though INEC would not be interested in making them available in real time. They should make it available in real time. Then we'll declare the results before INEC. We'll form a parallel government should INEC insist on rigging election. So you cannot go ahead in getting this thing done without data. We need this data from polling units to ensure that we're able to beat them to their game, because they already conclude their plans on how to rig the 2027 election. Don't misquote me. This same group of people like Wike and co that are stealing massively from the Nigerian purse will be available to spend whatever amount to ensure that they buy votes and turn down the election. But when we are able to strategize and the Nigerian people see the confidence and the strategy put in place and the effort around it, the energy is around it, then there will be confidence from the masses that yes, we can now go ahead and vote. But then don't wait until when you see the manifestation of some of these things I'm explaining before deciding to go and get your PVC, because there is time for everything. The time now is getting your PVC, because we have a country to save and we cannot afford to sit aloof expecting miracle to happen. It will never happen if we don't take action. That's my contribution.
Thank you very much. Do it process. Now let's have the comments from Mr. Ibrahim, because there is a litany of, alleged corruption, money laundering by Nigerian politicians. There are countless of them. Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, governor of Kebbi State, allegedly owns 8 properties worth over $4.8 million in Dubai's capital Bay. Then Mohammed Lawal, former governor of Kwara State, who ruled from 1999 to 2003, was also known to have purchased 6 properties in Dubai worth over $2 million, and some of them were purchased while he was in office. So what's your take on this? And again, does the anti-money laundering group, otherwise known as EFCC, are they doing enough to curtail or to address this issue of corruption, of money laundering in Nigeria? Mr. Ibrahim?
No, in practical, no. Uh, they are in themselves corrupt. So how do you expect a corrupt person to check a corrupt person? So it will just be who is more corrupt than the other. EFCC, ICPC, no, they are not doing any work. They are serving the interests of the elected officials. And let us not forget, it is not only the elected officials that are corrupt. Even our civil servants, they are equally or even more corrupt to some extent. It is just that we see the political figures because they are public office holders. Take the data of people like, let me cite an example with Ahmad Idris. Someone Ahmad Idris, the former accountant general of the Federation, that looted 84 billion naira. And he celebrated today. They just arrested him. I don't think he even spent more than 2 weeks in the custody of the EFCC. They released him. So 84 billion nairas, to put this into perspective, you have to spend 149 years earning 2 million every month without spending to get that amount of money. So a single person looted it at a go. Take, what's the name of the person again? The scandal of the former CBN government. It is in trillions.
Godwin Emefiele.
Oh. Yeah, it's in trillions. You can't even imagine the level of, should I say, mental illness that these corrupt people have. And I believe that the one of the dangerous, deadly sins is the sins of greed. So greed has ate the moral fabric of Nigerian society. These corrupt leaders, they don't think about the country, they think about themselves. And they can go to the extent of stealing the money that they themselves don't need. So you can see it in the public office, you can see it in the civil service, in the military, in everywhere in Nigeria. It is very, very sad because even among the, should I say, activists, the people we call activists, the other day we were discussing with you, I see the saddest thing in Nigeria. You can see that the politicians are playing a game with the people, and the activists are also playing a game with the people. In the side of the politicians, you have the case of selective persecution. They select the people they persecute. And in the case of the activists, you have the case of selective morality. The people that they feel when they are being touched, then they will talk, and the people will not even give a damn about them. So, and it is again played by the political leaders because they do it deliberately, playing that game that we love these people, we don't love these people. And the activists, they are falling for the trap of the politicians. Because once you are being selective in your morality, then the people just sense that you are not being just, because justice doesn't have a half. You can see it clearly in their posts or something like that. When something happened in northern part of Nigeria, you hardly see an activist in Nigeria tweeting or posting about it, except if it happens on the Christian community in northern part of Nigeria. Agreed, they are minority. But when it happened in Zamfara, Sokoto, in Kaduna, they don't give a damn about it. And the people, they are seeing it. They'll just see that, okay, these people hate us, right? They are the activists we have in the land, but they hate us. Then we have the politicians that hide under the, at least they show on the horizon that they like us. And they divide the people. Those who are siding with the activists are those who are being shown by the political class that they don't like them, right? And the activists show their empathy with them. And they detest the people that the politicians shows a kind of love to, while in reality, we are suffering from the same type of deprivation and manipulation. So it's very, very sad. We need to change every sector in Nigeria, including the activist sector. Every sector is rotting in Nigeria. The youths, the military, the civil servants, the politicians, the religious clerics, you name it, everywhere is just rotten and scattered. We need to fix everything in this country. And that's the saddest thing that keeps me awake at night. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Ibrahim, DDM news analyst, and Mr. Due Process, thanks for your time and contribution. Now, viewers, thank you for watching. If you love this show, do not hesitate to hit the like button on our YouTube channel, make your comments on the topics we have discussed, share this video, and subscribe to DDM TV for more stories. We're still coming again tomorrow for another exciting edition. I am Tochku Raphael. See you next time. Bye-bye.